Hey guys, it's Mike here, and welcome to another edition of Dragon Ball Super Reviews and Predictions, in which we're going to be talking about Dragon Ball Super episode
45, guys, and yes, it's Josh from Dragon Ball Nation. We're doing a triple, review. We also have MJ here, and it's a little different this time, guys, because, there wasn't a whole lot to say about this episode. Me and Mike thought it'd be fun to do, like, a triple threat type of review here, going up on our channel. So, Mike, you can have the mic back. Mike.
Yes, the biggest mic around. But anyway, we're going to be talking about the episode and basically what really happened in this episode, Josh, because I like to run down what happened in the episode. We don't have to talk about every little thing, but in this episode, what happened?
Well, we saw the Copy-Vegeta, being all menacing and powerful, and we got a demonstration of his power. We see the Grill and his gang. We see some flashbacks of how they got, consumed by the water and how Goten, Trunks, and the others broke out of their rope. We see the Grill Force actually disappearing from the entity that has consumed them and that has now consumed Vegeta into this Copy-Vegeta. And we see some Gotenks action, and later in the episode, as we saw in the preview, we see Goku step in.
Yeah. So, essentially, there's a lot of stuff that happened in this episode that was also kind of background, because when we first started with the episode, it was kind of slow. We didn't really know what was going on. Essentially, Copy-Vegeta had taken all of the powers from the regular Vegeta, but we also found out that he had also taken his spirit. So, essentially, he was going to attack Trunks, and he was going to, absorb him as well, but he hesitated because, it's obviously his son, and Vegeta loves his son. So, essentially, they were able to escape, and then we find out this whole interesting backstory, and essentially what happened in that backstory, MJ?
Well, the backstory is basically the koala, I guess you want to call him, giving out...
Potajutsu.
Yeah, giving that,
his name was.
giving that whole speech about what it's done, how it's caused wars, it's taken over people and planets, and basically that it's a juice or goo that you don't want to fuck with. And I like to point out, though, an interesting spot. I know the animation was very iffy, but the whole him hesitating with Trunks and the whole Gala gun and all that, I did like that spot, and it did foreshadow what we saw later.
Yeah,
the whole Goku thing, This
episode had really kind of shoddy animation at times, like it was in and out, but at the same time it also had some really cool direction. Like there were so many shots that were like trailer shots or thumbnail shots, as myself and Josh
we kept calling out, that's a thumbnail.
Yeah.
That's a thumbnail. That's a thumbnail.
But essentially I really liked the lore that they had in this episode, because with the episode they had talked about how basically the original people who were from the planet Patafu that everything's taking place on right now created the goo, like kind of like in Prometheus, as a sort of biological weapon to attack against invaders, but eventually it became too powerful from absorbing too many people. It absorbed and killed the entire population of the planet, and then it spread rumors around the galaxy or around the universe telling people it's an awesome power-up so they can come so that it could be released. And basically Potajutsu for the past 100 years has been guarding it, and somehow it was sealed away. So it's a really interesting kind of story. But Josh, what happened as far as action is going?
In terms of action in the actual episode of what was actually occurring, because we did see the Copy-Vegeta, assuming this is all of Vegeta's power, it's not more than what Vegeta was in strength or less. We did see Vegeta use the Copy-Vegeta have the Gallic gun used, which was pretty crazy to see that. We also saw, as I mentioned, Goten and Trunks fusing into Gotenks, and me and Mike, we were all watching that and, saw that Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks literally did nothing.
Yeah, that was
Vegeta. It really shows the power scaling, even though Gotenks, I'm assuming, did get weaker. Just assuming because, they were writing all the characters that, from the Buu saga, aside from Goku and Vegeta, of course, did look like they lost power in the Resurrection F arc. But it really shows that Vegeta, what me and Mike talked about many times, and what we think, Goku and Vegeta's base forms are definitely probably above Wuhan at this point, especially because this Gotenks is not landing any damage.
Absolutely. Yeah. Gotenks was hitting him at full force as a Super Saiyan 3, significantly more powerful than Goku from the Buu saga. You can check out my video where I talk about how strong is Gotenks. And in this episode, he was hitting Vegeta at full force, and he was taking it, didn't do anything to him, and he was just effortlessly slapping him around, and he even beat him out of fusion. I don't know if it was the 5 minutes that elapsed, or if he had beaten him so hard that he fell out of fusion.
We've seen that twice now. We had it in the Resurrection F arc where he hit Tagoma in the nuts, and he just defused, and it's a stupid... that one was really dumb because he was only Super Saiyan before, but now I guess it could have been the 5 minutes that we got mentioned in the Boo Saga. But yeah, I think it's a little weird.
Yeah.
But they were fighting a little bit. It wasn't 5 minutes, but, you know, regardless.
Yeah, so essentially, Josh, what did you think of the overall, you know, actually, MJ, what did you think of the conclusion
Let him
of this
talk.
episode?
He's here.
I don't want to keep cutting off MJ. You gotta talk, MJ. Let's go.
Well, the conclusion of it all, the episode was good. Started off slow, but I liked it overall. And the conclusion, I'm really looking forward to seeing Goku and Vegeta fight. I know people are gonna say it's been done before. The whole
well, how did this arrive in the first place? How did Goku how did he show up? Because you said you really liked that part of the episode.
Oh, okay. I thought you wanted me to give an overall impressions of it. My bad. Well, when Goku arrived, it was cool because he was training. He was still training, and King Kai or Kyle, whatever you want to call him, had sensed it. Since the trouble's going on, Goku sensed it too. Then took off over there, stopped Vegeta. And what was funny, he actually thought Vegeta was hurting them, which I thought was kind of funny. He was like freaking out over that. But
typical Goku.
Yeah, typical. And then you actually see him kind of get grasp what's going on here. And then what I talked about earlier, when Vegeta hesitated to hit Trunks or to absorb Trunks, my bad. He actually rebelled against Grillo, or whatever his name is, and took him out when he wanted him to absorb Goku's power. So I thought that was kind of cool. But of course, I already see people commenting on Twitter that that's like typical Majin stuff. You know, that's, you know, he can't be controlled or Vegeta can rebel. So
very reminiscent to Majin Vegeta.
It's not like it's lazy. It makes sense, and I like the callback.
Yeah,
it's good. I liked it overall, and I'm really looking forward to seeing Goku and Vegeta fight next week.
So Josh, what did you think of the overall ending of the episode, and I guess kind of, you know, the episode in general? What were your overall thoughts?
I think it was a good episode, but as we were watching, and we did get a little distracted because the Watch Mojo list in the top 10 Dragon Ball YouTubers. Yes, guys, we saw it because Mike, I'm going to mention because people are going to comment us about it.
Yep.
We did see it. I did get a little distracted by that, but I still felt like there was a little bit not much happening at the beginning of the episode. That's why I didn't talk about it much, because I didn't really see much going on.
Yeah.
But overall, I enjoyed the episode. I think it was solid. I didn't enjoy it as much as the last episode, if anyone agrees with me on that. I mean, I think the last episode had a lot of mystery around it, and this one did a little bit too, but not as much.
Yeah.
But in the end, there's a lot of build up to the fight with Goku and Vegeta. I'm very excited to see the next episode, and hopefully we see Goku Super Saiyan Blue.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is that at this point in time, I assume that they're basically in their base form, so it'd be really cool to see how this character, this copy Vegeta, transforms into like a god or a Super Saiyan. Like, will his whole body turn to a different color as well? I mean, that'd be kind of interesting. Like, his whole body turns blue instead of just his hair, or maybe he doesn't even transform at all. Maybe he just powers up. I don't really know. That's one of the questions right now. How strong is this copy Vegeta? Because so far, I think he's equal to Goku's base. Equal to Vegeta's base. So, again, it suggests, like we were saying before, that Goku and Vegeta at this point in time with their base are stronger than Buhan. Like, they would kick the crap at everyone. So when we see that Frost was, in his, like, third form equal to Goku's base, guess what? Guess how strong Frost is now? Stronger than Buhan. Oh, yeah, I said it. So, Josh, why don't you lead into the predictions, then?
Well, it's tricky because I said I don't know if they're going to or not. I hope that we see Goku Super Saiyan Blue.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's going to happen, and we're still not, I mean, based off of the fight that we saw, the little brief scrap that they had.
Yes.
When they actually started attacking Goku and Vegeta, it does seem like Vegeta is still in like a base form power. It's not like he's Super Saiyan or Super Saiyan Blue, like level of power. It didn't consume all of that for the viewers watching. I'm not sure if he can transform at all. Even if he can't, then he's screwed the next episode. Do you guys think that this copy of Vegeta can transform? I mean, he used Gallic Gun, and we saw him powering up with the quote-unquote Saiyan Beyond God aura, the white aura.
I mean, transformations are... I'll let MJ talk in a second. I keep interrupting.
That's fine.
Transformations are kind of a... Like, I would assume that they're a physiological response, so I don't really know if he can transform.
It's like a different entity, really. But at the same time, same spirit.
I think that they're gonna let him do so though, because Vegeta's fading away, which almost implies to me that like this guy is absorbing his full body or something. So maybe. What do you think, MJ? Do you think that that's a possibility? And what do you think is gonna happen in the next episode?
Well, I mean, it could be a possibility, but I'm interested to see what you guys think about this. Like when I was watching the episode, episode 45, Vegeta seemed like he was almost learning to do things. Now, I mean, for example, after watching Vegeta try to do the Galagun, he made the same hand maneuvers, and obviously he did it. It almost kind of brought back a memory of when Boo, after he saw Goku do the Kamehameha, he was able to do it instantly.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, so, and then the fact that he couldn't find them, how they had to go out to an open space for Grill and Vegeta to see them. Is he learning how to fight? Does he not know how to use certain moves? That's what I'm thinking.
I mean, based on how he, got away from Goku and like slammed him. I mean, maybe he already learned like everything at that point, but I don't know if that's really the case. But I see what, maybe like starting off, he didn't really know all the moves, but over time I could see like getting used to a body, right?
Yeah,
that would make sense.
It's kind of like when Captain Ginyu took over Goku's body, where it took him a while to start to figure out how Goku's body and techniques actually worked, because like towards the end of the fight with him in Krillin and Gohan, they were like, oh, he's starting to figure out my power, you gotta hurry up and beat him. So it's entirely possible it's like that, but then again, Tagoma, is a situation that happened in Super, and Captain Ginyu didn't seem to have any difficulty whatsoever adapting to his body.
Yeah, that was absurd.
Yeah.
So overall, I think that what's probably going to happen is that Goku is probably going to end up being this copy of Vegeta. Either that or Vegeta.
It's hard to even say.
Yeah.
I don't want to cut you off, but we didn't really see much from the episode preview at all, and I don't really think Goku's going to get, let's say, taken over by this thing.
Yeah.
Because then who's going to help? Is Vegeta going to get all his power back?
That's where Black Goku
I mean, I guess actually he wouldn't, because when Grill's force got defeated, when they were consumed by this substance, that substance was defeated, but they still they still faded away after. Well, what even happened there? Didn't they get disintegrated?
Yeah, they faded away really quick.
They faded away bore I think it got destroyed. So
I don't know.
So if they fade away, if the person that was, I guess, parasitized or whatever, the host fades away, they can't ever come back. I don't know.
Yeah, it's...
Continue, Mike.
It's strange. So I don't really know how or what's happening in that situation. There already seems to be questions about how this stuff is even supposed to work. But I kind of think that Goku's probably going to win. But I do wonder if this is going to play any part in the upcoming, series to come. If maybe Black Goku is going to come as a result of something that has to do with this. But we're probably going to have to save that for another video. So, everyone have any final thoughts? Or are we pretty much done with this? We pretty much gave our final thoughts already.
I think we all. I mean, unless MJ has something to add.
Yeah, MJ, do you have any final thoughts?
Oh, you said so.
I think they're both in base forms, and Goku will go SSJ and one-shot Vegeta. That's what I think is gonna happen. Copy Vegeta.
That would be interesting, but it'll also be disappointing at the same time. But overall, this has been another edition of Dragon Ball Super reviews and predictions. Let us know your own thoughts down below, and don't forget to check out my channel, Josh's channel, depending upon which video you're watching.
All of our channels are linked down below, depending on who you're seeing.
Yes, all of our channels are down below.
They will be linked down below, and this is not like a new setup for reviews either. For people watch our usual reviews. I don't know how Mike feels, but this could be a way we could talk about episodes that didn't have like anything in them or whatever. This could be much easier to talk, rather than sitting here for 3 minutes and just being like, well, that's what I think, and not getting everyone else's opinions. But this isn't like a regular system. That's just what I want to throw out there.
We're able to go far more in depth with 3 different perspectives in this case, so I think that's, 3 heads are better than 1 in some case. So let us know your own thoughts down below, and don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And as I always say, stick around, because there's a lot more to come in the future.
Subscribe.
Do it now. What do we
do it now, you puny man. Who cares about the universe 654 321?
Blah.
Universe of biceps. No.